Mm-hmm.
Good.
How's it going, people? Try something a little bit different tonight, just out of necessity. Have a lot of things to do in the kitchen. It's a full-on like last harvest of the year time at our house, and so I've been baking today, and I've been, you know, um, we've been shredding zucchini. I made tomato jam. I made grape jelly today, and still have a bunch of these zucchinis that I'm peeling, and we're gonna be saving, and then we're gonna make zucchini muffins on the live stream tonight because why not? I've already made 72 zucchini muffins today. We've got 24 more to go before bedtime, and just trying to crank it out, and hopefully you will. Hopefully we'll still have a good time tonight and have a good conversation. So let me pull up the comments and we'll see where we're at. How are you guys? How was your weekend? All that stuff. Tonight's going to be a little more informal, but hopefully it'll still be fun. Let's see. Kelly's in the house and she's first, so I'm going to. I don't know how I'm going to do this. To be perfectly honest with you, I'll try to talk and work, and then maybe I'll just show you the cooking process as I go. But right now, all I'm doing is just peeling zucchini, and then my wife is gonna shred it. So, you may hear in the background have some weird background noise, but you're gonna have to ask me questions tonight because I'm just not gonna be super responsive on my own. So you're gonna have to help me out. But I hope you guys are doing good. The other thing that I end up with is like all of this like stuff for my chickens, so I won't really have to feed the chickens very much tomorrow because I'll have plenty of food for them. So, oh, Krista says, tell my mom to stay off, and then your mom immediately comes on and says, our Wi-Fi is bad. So, sorry, Krista, too late. Bad part about this is like these this type of zucchini has been on here for like it's been in the garden for too long, and so we end up with they have really really hard skins on them, so a couple of these I might not even be able to do anything with. This is not cooperating here very well. So we already have someone we need to block. Almighty Krat, what are you doing, man? All right, Swan's in the house. So if you're just joining us tonight, I'm cooking out of necessity, and we are working on shredding zucchini and making zucchini muffins. I already made a couple other things which I can show you in a little while. There's Kevin. All right, cool. Kevin already blocked him too, so we got him doubled up. How's it going, everybody? So if you guys can ask some questions tonight, that would be helpful for me, and then we can, I can focus on your question instead of trying to come up with something to say like normal. Gosh, this one's terrible. You see this? It's going off like paint chips.
And why are we even cutting them off?
This one's maybe not good. But when I cut into it, it's great. Yeah, it's worth it, I think.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all.
Let's see.
You're on a delay. I need the bags, if you could get me some bags.
What bags?
Freezer bags.
Where are they?
Oh, behind behind you in the cabinet.
We'll get them.
I think the other ones.
You don't have any quartz anymore?
2 more, they're behind you.
Okay.
I need them.
You want the gallon ones? You said?
If you want to give me the 2 quart ones that's left, I'll take those. Why don't you close the cabinet behind you? It looks better.
Yeah, so what am I doing tonight? So tonight we're gonna cook. We're gonna cook together. So we're gonna make zucchini muffins. I am also shredding zucchini. Well, my wife is. I'm cutting it up. And then we are going to...
Okay, they might not hear you.
Here, tell me how loud that is. Can you still hear me over that? How's it going, Tim in the Rocky Mountains? Good to have you, friend. Alright, good. I'm glad you can still hear me.
Can they hear, I guess?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Not worth it. Let's see. The sound will go away pretty soon. So I think unfortunately I'm gonna have to give some of these to the chickens. The whole thing. Not gonna be able to save any of it. But Kevin, I have seeds for the community garden next year. I'm gonna have so many zucchini seeds. So I'm gonna bring some for next year. They're extraordinarily productive. Let's see. Meatloaf says. Yeah, Krista tried to tell me that SpongeBob was the best thing ever, but she said SpongeBob was the GOAT, and I was like, yeah, that's just not true. SpongeBob definitely is not the best thing going. Why?
So not worth it.
Yes, it is worth it. That's fun. Connie, how are you? Good to have you. Are you in Tennessee still, or are you back in the greatest city in the world? Oh, this one's good. This one's working much better. So the other thing, guys, if you want to, I still have the commissioners interviews coming up on Thursday. So if you guys have anything else you want me to ask the commissioners, I think I have all my debate questions set up. But if you have something that you wanted to ask them, make sure you put it in here tonight. It's probably your last chance to talk to me before then, unless you want to send me a direct message on Facebook or something. So you can see, like, I have to get through this, like, hard shell, and then there's the green on here. I gotta get all that off. Doesn't taste as good. These are all probably picked, like, at least a week or two late. Which, if you know, zucchini is, like, takes a lot of, they grow really fast. I stayed pretty on top of them most of the summer, but towards the end here, I just got too busy. Or too lazy, I don't know which one. So we end up with something like this. Sorry, I'll get the comments here in a second. I know this isn't normal, so hopefully it's not like too terrible. I promise I'll be more engaged here in a couple minutes. So then you get this, 2 halves. Tim says, if you go on vacation, you come back to zucchini watermelons. That's absolutely true. It seems like they just like, you have the flower one day, and then you have a plant the next day, and then you have a full-grown zucchini the following day. I don't even understand how they could grow that fast. Like, I feel like on some days, on the right day, you could just literally sit outside and watch them grow. It's crazy. Same thing with asparagus. If you get asparagus in the beginning of the year, like when it starts to get warm in the middle of May, my asparagus can grow a foot in a day. I can go from not being able to see it, and then I'll have a foot long asparagus in one day. It's absolutely insane. And then if you don't pick it that day, tomorrow it's 2 feet tall and it's growing, it's ferning out, which is basically when the asparagus is done. So if you don't stay on top of it literally every single day, you will not get any asparagus. But in a way, I kind of feel like that's how God intended it. It's kind of like the manna in the desert, They weren't supposed to collect more than a day's worth. And so I think that we're meant in a way to kind of be in the garden every day. I think that's how God intended it. So partially it's really, really nice. Oh, then you scoop all the seeds out. I end up with this. Then I put it in strips. Then my wife shreds it. Let's see here. Summer says, that's the way okra goes too. Yeah, that okra has grown really fast. The okra is taking off without Connie to keep it under control. Yeah, I took like probably 25 okra off there, Connie, about a week ago. And it's probably full again because it's just like, it just keeps going and going. But we've frozen, like I said, I made 72 muffins today. I'm going to make 24 more. And we've frozen over 5 gallons of zucchini. We're probably close to 7 gallons now today, which is insane. It's probably almost doubles the amount of zucchini we've had in any other year. But then this year, like I didn't get I got 2 blueberries, whereas last year I got like a gallon. So it's just like different things in different years. I don't know why it's like that. It's just got to be a weather pattern thing. But I guess that's the advantage of having everything in your garden, because you'll always have something will always do well. All right. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this. It's bigger than my head. Let's see. Kevin says, save some zucchini for stir fry. Yeah, absolutely. I like zucchini with eggs. I mean, I like zucchini with everything, to be perfectly honest with you. This is after we gave some away yesterday as well, so I don't know. It's wild. Let's see here. That's taller than me. Tim said, lost our last group of tomato plants, had some big hailstorms. Oh, wow. Yeah, my tomatoes have, like, I didn't plant a single tomato plant this year, but I harvested like 2 gallons of tomatoes 2 days ago, and then made tomato jam today. And I have so many more tomatoes out there still that are still ripening. We're going to run into our first frost pretty soon, but until then, I'm just taking as many cherry tomatoes as I can. It's crazy how fast they're coming now. This thing is so big. Been waiting for Dustin to come on, but whenever the Cowboys lose, Dustin never shows up. So Dustin, if you're watching this afterwards, like they got slaughtered today. All right, what else we got? Tomatoes are nasty. Come on now. Slice the zucchini and put them on the grill. My wife gets the steaks and I grill all the veggies. Well, that's a pretty good trade, though. I mean, grilled zucchini is fantastic. If you put oil on it, I'm assuming. What all do you put on yours? For me, it's like oil, just salt and pepper, and then maybe like some garlic salt or something like that, or garlic powder. What do you put on yours, though? I'm curious. This one's like so big, a peeler won't even get to the surface of it. It's going right through. This one, well, I'm gonna check that one. That's it. Did you finish that one already? Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I know it's boring. Kevin says, time to get out the belt sander. Yeah, seriously. I've never had them get this big. Well, I've never had this variety get this big, I guess. This is only the second year we grew it, but last year the plants didn't do nearly as well last year as they did this year. I don't know if the seeds would be the same as pumpkin seeds, but man, there would be so many. I probably have a gallon of just seeds. And these ones get like real big, like pumpkin seeds too. So any other topics for the commissioner? I didn't hear from anybody yet. Or at least I don't see any. Summer says, oh wait, sorry, with the zucchini. Oil and some garlic powder and some lemon pepper. Oh, that would be good, yeah. Connie says, what's going on with Habitat? Are they planning on finishing their work? Great question. I've been wondering the same from the church perspective, because all the sidewalks that we tore up there aren't done yet either. I think what happened is they bit off way more sidewalks than they could chew. And so the good news, Connie, is the ones by the church weren't prepped at all. And as of today, they were prepped all the way. They have them all filled with rock at this point. So I think we're getting pretty close to them doing concrete, and they're running out of time. So they gotta go real quick, or else they're gonna get caught, and they're gonna be in big trouble. Yeah, we have a couple projects as well that we're trying to finish from that for them, but like they need to just hire some crew for a temporary job to get that done. I know at the same time they're trying to finish a house in Manorville. And now they have probably 12 unfinished projects that are like 90% done. But if you've ever done any kind of construction or contracting work, you know that the last 10% is always the longest anyway. Okay, one zucchini left, maybe. I want to quit with one to go.
I can, and I will.
My wife wants to quit, but I'm not a quitter, okay? Let's see. Oh, Brian's in the house. Good to have you, Brian. Brian, it's a little bit different tonight. You're just watching me cook. We are shredding zucchini and making zucchini muffins here. Just 'cause I can't seem to find any other weeknights to do these things, so Saturday or Sunday it is. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you guys like see when the pieces fly off? It looks like paint chips flying off everywhere. Once I get past the shell though, these are beautiful. Let's see. Sorry, I missed a couple of things here. Okay. Love zucchini bread. Yeah, me too, man. Tim says, you almost need a chainsaw for those things. Yes. Yes. I do have a chainsaw. I'm probably not that precise with it, though. Brian could do it, though. Brian, if you're interested, you could come and help me out. Kevin says, do you think you have enough egg cartons? Yeah, I mean, there's a couple up there. There's more in the basement as well, I think. And I gave away like 200 some to the library for a project they were doing. So people give me a lot of egg cartons. It's like when you're a pastor and you sell eggs, people just think you need all the egg cartons, and I appreciate it. I truly do, and I will. I always put them to good use, so one way or another. All right. Beautiful. I mean, like, look at all the seed. Look at how many seeds. It's crazy. Brian says, I'm exhausted just watching you. It's, yeah, you know, it's an interesting, this has been all day, too. I mean, we've been, ever since we got back from church, basically, we had lunch, and then I've been cooking and doing this kind of stuff this whole day. And my wife swapped out all the kids' clothes from, like, summer to winter, so.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
What'd you do?
What?
What were you doing?
I put the heaters and stuff out.
That's it? Wow. Sorry, my wife didn't do that. I thought she did. What was taking you so long then?
What?
Were you just chilling out?
A little bit.
Oh. So my wife got to relax. That was good.
Yeah, right.
She needed it.
I never relax.
Here I thought you were like wildly productive up there.
This is the one that takes a nap all the time.
Let's see here. Summer says, how do you feel about phones in church during services, besides the Bible app? Teenagers and children. Should there be rules to respect during church services? Yeah, I mean, our intro video says, you know, finish your coffee and turn off your phone. Just because, yeah, I do think it's disrespectful when a phone goes off. That being said, in the world that we live in, I think it's just kind of like someone's going to forget. We have to just kind of accept it and have some grace for it to a certain extent. Because I can be guilty as well. I mean, I've had my phone go off on me as I'm preaching, and so it's like, it can happen. The others, like, and I don't know, I think most of the time young people just don't understand yet. So they need someone to come alongside them and kind of teach them a little bit. I don't know. Kevin, am I allowed to tell a story about your kids? I don't want to tell without your permission. It won't be bad, I promise. And then I'll elaborate on my answer. Oh boy, this is like dying on me. Okay, so Kevin's boys today were they were in worship and they were actually getting into it, which I'm very excited about. By the way, I enjoy watching young people like get into worship for the first time in their lives. But then they were kind of like joking and make it into kind of like a joke, and so I told them afterwards, I said, you know what, I love your guys' passion and I want you to have fun. I want this to be enjoyable, but don't make it into a joke when you're worshiping God. Like this is it's, it should be joyous, it should be fun, but at the same time, it's like we do have to, do have to understand who we're worshiping and what we're doing here.
Is that it?
That's it. So I had to tell them that, and I hope they didn't take it in a mean way at all, because that's not how I meant it at all. I just do want them to take worshiping God seriously, but I don't know that, from their perspective, I'm not sure if they were thinking of that. Well, I'm sure that they weren't, and I don't think they even meant to be disrespectful. I'm just not sure if they were thinking in the same way that I was thinking, or that maybe another believer would think. So I gave them my 2 cents and tried to do it in a really loving way, and hopefully they received it. And I think it's the same way when we have cell phones, If you have someone that continues to, like, over and over again, or if you get the sense that they don't even understand what's wrong about that, then it's probably just time to have a loving conversation and take it from there. I think we're living in a society at large that just is unchurched at this point, and so it takes some time to kind of grow into maturity with those things. And so I don't know, like I wasn't like upset with them necessarily. I was just more of like hey, this is a teachable moment for them that maybe I can impart something in them that will maybe change their life with worship forever. And I hope that, like I said, I hope it didn't like turn them away from the church at all, because that was not my intention in any way. I just really I want them to be as connected with God as they can possibly be. And so it's the same with cell phones, right? It just becomes a distraction, and we can then turn church into entertainment time. And I don't think that's necessarily what we're supposed to be doing. It's time to just focus on God and to worship God. So that's my 2 cents, Connie. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but be interested to hear anyone else's perspective on that. Tim says you could carve those zucchinis for Halloween. I absolutely could. Let's see. Mim says, I love zucchini bread, but I have diabetes and it drives my levels up sky high. Really? I mean, you could cut down the sugar in it, couldn't you? Sugar, I guess there's flour, a lot of flour in it as well, but you could sub ingredients and maybe get something close. But we cut out some sugar, and then I did it so I could put some chocolate chips on top and not change the carb ratio. And we do zucchini. Yeah, my wife said we do zucchini muffins, although they're the same carbs. I think. I don't think it's any different.
Well, I mean, you're eating a small portion, probably.
Oh yeah. So the muffins, instead of bread, you can portion it out. Yeah. But it seems like, especially when they're fresh, if I eat one, I'm eating like 3. But you get some in there.
I don't see it floating.
Let's see here. Sorry, I'm reading comments here. Kevin says they were having fun with it, trying to annoy each other at the same time. I did explain to them how waving their hands all willy-nilly could be seen as mocking to people who have their arms raised or open, and they should be mindful. Yeah, and that's basically all I was telling them too, is like, think about what you're doing and the reason that you're doing it, And so we don't ever want to discourage anyone else from, expressing themselves in worship however they feel like they want to at the time. Or we don't want people to, I don't know, be embarrassed, to think they're going to get made fun of, like that kind of stuff. Tim says, leave a couple zucchinis, keep growing for a while, use them instead of the pumpkins for Halloween. We really could do that. I left 5 zucchinis in the garden because they were like even bigger than the ones I just showed you, and they are super like hard, rock hard.
Damn large.
And then after they, yeah, I'm gonna do one more batch.
Yeah, just use all this then.
Okay. I can put some in the fridge too and just cook it tomorrow.
This will be enough for 4 cups, so just use this and that.
That's 4 cups right there? Oh,
There's
okay.
2 in the bag and it'll be 2 here.
Alright, great. Let's see. Swan says, "Can Elizabeth come and say hi?"
No.
She says no. She just showered, so she has wet hair, and I don't know. She's weird about the camera with wet hair. I don't know why.
Wet hair, I'm in my PJs.
You're in a shirt. It's a normal shirt.
In my PJs.
Tim says, "Almost forgot, how are the leaves back there? I miss fall in Armstrong County. That was always the best." The leaves are starting to turn. We're probably still maybe 10 days or so away from being really, really beautiful. But I will take the drone out on the first nice day when we have full color. So I'll make sure you don't miss it this year, Tim. Kevin says, "I can have them stand in front next time. Doubt they'll do the same with everyone's eyes behind." Yeah, I don't know. Mim says, "I used sugar substitute and almost gagged on the zucchini bread." I'm not a huge fan of it either. We just normally just use whatever sugar and then we'll just correct with insulin if we have to. But that's the kind of stuff's few and far between. But these kind of things too. And she's small enough that half a muffin is still like a treat for her. So half a muffin's like 13 and a half carbs. So it's not very much. In the grand scheme of things. So if she can have that and like carrots, and that's still a 15 carb snack, and she's good to go. So big mess in the sink here, but I'm gonna start on the muffins now. So I'm trying to get my phone to charge at the same time here, but it's not working. Are you good?
What?
Are you done?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this.
Oh, I don't want to be in it, so
You better move then.
better, clean all this crap up then.
Sorry, I'm trying to reset my camera, guys. I don't know why my phone... I think it's been through too much abuse, so... doesn't want to... The charger doesn't want to stay in anymore. And I don't want it to die on us here. I guess I should try to get the full view. You guys can see what I'm actually doing here. Alright, start with 3 eggs. I'll check comments between every ingredient. Oh, start by preheating your oven. Done. Like, this is the most 2019 thing ever. Like, y'all are literally watching me make zucchini muffins. Like, this is... I don't know. I don't know who to be sadder for, you or me. Sorry, I'm reading comments here. Summer says, "I'm old-fashioned, I guess. Church service is not a time for play. I know how to play and joke, but kids don't need to play or have phones during service." Totally agree with you. All I'm saying is that kids are not the same today. Kids have not received the same level of instruction that they did 50 years ago. half the kids that come to our Kids Jam services are actually not even have never even heard of Jesus, never heard a Bible story. Like the stuff that we're telling them, they're hearing it for the very first time. So it's a totally different culture that we're dealing with at this point. And so, I don't know. We have to have a certain level of patience or we're never going to reach the unchurched. That's just my experience. Tim says, instead of carving faces, your kids could paint the zucchinis for a school project. That's a pretty good idea. Mim says, half a muffin wouldn't fill a molar. And carrots are out for me as they are hard on my levels too. Man, you must have much more. I mean, I guess everyone's different. Everyone responds differently to different things. So, yeah, my daughter loves carrots. It's like her favorite thing. Kevin says, our mukbang videos next. Is that like the fruit that's in like the really smelly fruit? I'm trying to remember what mukbang is. You have to remind me. Gene says, can't wait to have Pastor Andy baptize me. So excited. Yeah, we have 6 people signed up for baptism now at the end of the month. So it'll be a really great day. If y'all want to visit Living Water Church on the 27th, come on out. It would be really, really great. Oh, mukbang is where you eat in front of everyone. Well, I already kind of do that, I guess. I always have eating. I'm always like wondering if I should put eating parts in my videos, like when I'm eating a donut or something. Because it's always like I was raised that that's really bad manners, but at the same time, I think it's kind of funny. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys can give me some advice there. Anyway, 2 cups of sugar. All my stuff's like all jumbled up everywhere. Sorry. Do a little bit less because diabetes, you know. One cup of oil. I'm actually doing about 3/4 though. Probably gonna have to take this video down after I'm done. Let's see. Eating food and talking about food. Yes, absolutely. Kevin says, I want to start seeing clickbait titles, ASMR Bible reading. Doctors don't want you to hear this scripture. Emmeline, I'm making zucchini muffins. Chocolate zucchini muffins. Sorry. That's a very important part of this recipe. So I got 3 eggs in there, 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of oil, and now we mix. Okay, 4 cups of zucchini. My wife told me this was 4 cups, so I'm just trusting her. Let's see. All right. Third cup of cocoa. And a teaspoon and a half of vanilla. We make our own vanilla, by the way. If you guys ever like order vanilla beans, all it is vanilla beans and vodka. That's it. All right, check comments here. Tim says, do you know what the other churches' attendance levels are? I remember there are quite a few big churches in Kittanning. Hope the older members are bringing the grandkids. I don't think that that's happening, Tim, unfortunately. Most of the attendance numbers are very, very small, from my understanding. Gene says, good night, everyone. Good night, Gene. Good to have you. Tim says he's making a mess. Come on now. Tim says the greatest cooking show in the world. Kevin says looks a bit off, maybe 3 3/4 cups. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Greatest chocolate chip zucchini muffins in the. All right, now we mix. How about this? Favorite like celebrity chef? Like mine is Emeril Lagasse. Who's your favorite? All right, coming in the home stretch. I have to wash my cup though. I'll be right back. Had to settle for a rinse because the sink is like full. It's kind of annoying having this much stuff out in the kitchen. It is a total wreck right now. All right, 3 cups of flour. So I'm putting things away as I go because it's like finally done for the day. Let's see. It's a tablespoon of, or a teaspoon of baking soda. Half teaspoon baking powder. Teaspoon of salt. Quarter teaspoon of nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon. I'm doing this from memory at this point. That's how many times I've done this today. Last mix. All right, let that sit for a second. Comments here. Oh, Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, that's true. I love watching Gordon Ramsay on YouTube. It's like one of my guilty pleasures, to be perfectly honest with you. Chris's impression, that's pretty great. Monk fruit sweetener is good. Never had it. I have to try that. Kevin says, I watch a lot of Asian chefs on YouTube. I can't understand what they say, but I can recognize most of the ingredients. That's cool. Tim says, are you going to have a part 2 of this video? Andrew cleaning up the kitchen. I guess we could. I could just leave it on the whole time if you guys want to do that. Meatloaf says, y'all remember when Logan Paul was relevant? Weird times. That was a weird time. I can't believe how quickly, he rose and then fell away. Same with Jake Paul. It was like they were here and then they're gone. Dirt Bikes for Life says, this video caught my attention. I'm not sure why. I don't know why either, because it's not a very good one. But, hey, I'm glad you're here anyway. Putting things away, sorry. We have literally just the right amount of room in our spice drawer for what we have. And if there's one extra thing, it doesn't work. Okay. Got it. Let's see, what else we got here? Sorry, I think we're all good. Melissa says, you need the mixer we have at work. This recipe actually says don't use a mixer. I'm not sure why. I don't understand a lot of recipes' reasonings. I think most of it's like bunk. It doesn't actually matter. Like you can see how accurately I was measuring, just like throwing things in there, and they turn out the same every time. It doesn't matter. Okay, kitchen's starting to look a little more normal. So now I gotta put these in muffin tins. That's gonna be extra boring for you. Let me change angles again, I guess. Does anyone have a good way to fill up muffin tins? This is like the most annoying thing for me. My wife likes me to use these things too, which I hate these. This is normally where I would like time lapse everything, so it would go really fast, but you know, you have to sit here and suffer through it. I guess you don't have to, you can always click away. Let's see. this recipe makes 24 muffins. So it's like, it's a pretty big recipe, I guess. Maybe that's standard, I don't know. Kevin says, what is your favorite food that Elizabeth makes? It's a good question. I had to think about that. Okay, so I think I just like simple food. So I like when she makes, like, fried rice is one of my favorites. And then if we like stir fry vegetables with fried rice, I really like that meal. I don't know why. It's really good. Someone said use an ice cream scoop. I I make a bigger mess when I do that. I don't know why, but let me show you what I've been doing, and you can tell me how stupid it is. So what I've been doing is literally holding the cup and like filling it with a spoon, and it's like it's working okay. But then my last batch, I dropped like 2 of these cups, and just it was really frustrating. So hopefully I do better. Still pretty annoying. Let's see. Fill a Ziploc bag and cut the very corner off and squirt them full. That is genius. I have a dirty Ziploc bag here. I think by the time I would fill it up, I'd probably be almost done. I wish I'd thought of that earlier, though. So, what else are you guys up to tonight? Like, what else is going on? Did the Steelers lose? I saw it went into overtime, but I didn't see the final. I promise if they lost, I'm not trying to troll anybody. Oh, Summer tried that and it didn't work? That's disappointing. So, can you still hear me? Is it weird if I talk and I'm not on the screen? So I'm always thinking about the city and trying to figure out how we can improve things. And when I think about the commissioner candidates, I'm really excited this week for that interview. I really don't want to screw it up, so hopefully it goes well. Um, I could use some help with like an extra camera person, but I don't know, like Kevin. I don't know if you're working on Thursday, but I'd love to have you there. I'm trying to edit it so I have like 3 camera angles, and then I can, get everybody when they're talking, just like close up on their face, and so people can get a better idea of who people are. So I'm planning for the interview to have 3 camera angles, and then one central microphone. So everyone should be good levels on the microphone, and then um, like a bunch of camera angles for the actual interview. I'm pretty pumped about it. It's going to be an editing nightmare, but that's okay. It should be like a one-time thing. Yep, this is what I did earlier. I just screwed it up. So yeah, it's not good. Okay, Kevin says yes, possibly. Kevin says, I was working on my hilltop climbing bike, accidentally stripped off a bolt. Now the left pedal falls right off. That's not good. Kevin says I'm going to get salmon vanilla because I tasted the batter. Well, I don't know. I'm okay with it. I know the eggs are fresh, so. Royal Homeschool Mom's here. Good to have you, Royal Homeschool Mom. You came on like the worst night. I'm literally baking on camera. That's what we're doing tonight. Chocolate zucchini muffins. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to power through. I'm almost halfway. Talk amongst yourselves in the chat. I'll catch up in a minute. Halfway. Okay, I'm running out of batter. I think I filled the first half way too full, but it'll be all right. Getting close, guys. I'm not sure how 15 of you are still here. This is crazy. Done. I only got 23 though, so I'm one short. It's okay. So now what I'm doing is I have these fantastic dark chocolate chips, and so you get these at Aldi's. They're like really big. So I'm putting 3 of these on each muffin. It's actually like, it's just a nice little touch. Gives the muffins just a little more sweetness, I guess, or that chocolatey flavor that you're looking for, without adding a ton of carbs. Okay, getting pretty much there. So I'm gonna put them in the oven here. Sorry, these are looking not great. Gotta clean these up a little bit. So, get those in there for 25 minutes. Set the timer here as well. All right, we're ready to roll. So I think that's it, guys. Let me look at your comments here and see. Sorry, it's like standing all day. Oh, Kevin, I know you asked me what's like the proudest thing on my fridge. I don't know, it changes all the time. Probably just like every time my kids draw a better picture, they're just little, so they're just not very good artists, but they get better over time. So yeah, I guess it changes probably every day because they make art just about every day. I don't know if you guys want to see some of the other stuff that we did here today. Sorry, let me go through the comments. I'll show you what I accomplished here. Summer says, post the recipe on your Facebook if you take the video down. Well, I'll leave the video on then if someone will use it. I mean, it's fine. I have lots of other bad content on this channel too, so. Let's see. Church channel is Living Water Church. Yeah, so if you just search Living Water Church Kittanning, you'll find us. We have a logo. It looks like a diamond shape, and it has 4 little boxes in it, and you'll see it. Let's see. Someone's telling about language. I must have missed that part. Sorry. Okay. So there's a lot of a lot of back and forth between you guys on there. Let me show you what we did, and then I'll I don't know if my battery's gonna die here or not. Let me see if I don't know if I can actually close this window. I might lose you guys right now. If I do, it's been really fun. If not, hopefully I will be right back in a second. Okay, you're still there. Let me try one other thing. Battery, so that's good. So let's see here. Let me show you what else we did. So this is my canning here. So these are my beauties for the day. These are grape jelly with my Concord grapes from my house, so that's a very proud moment for me. This is a little one that we'll eat first, but you can see it's starting to gel, which is great. Very excited about that. And then these are tomato jam. So this is a delicacy at my house as well. Tomato jam, if you've never had it, is like a tomato recipe. You take all your extra tomatoes, you cook them down, and you basically make it like you're going to make a jelly. But you just leave everything in there, all the seeds, all that stuff, and then you put in red pepper flakes, sugar, cumin, cinnamon, and it creates this really kind of rich sauce that you can put on anything. My favorite thing to put it on is fried rice, but it's great with eggs. It's great with just anything, any kind of meat, really, it would be good on. And so it's like a big cooking day at our house. Oh, and then look at this. So this is like all the zucchini that still needs to be frozen. Like, look at all that zucchini. It's crazy. And then these are all muffins from earlier. These are all muffins from earlier. So lots and lots of muffins. That's kombucha, which my wife's making another batch for tomorrow. And then 24 muffins or 23 muffins in here. So it's just been a wild day. And then look at this mess. So this is like all zucchini leftovers here. Those chickens are gonna have a great day tomorrow. That's on top of everything they got today, and so yeah, it's been a good week to be a chicken at the Ladisaw household. Let me go back in here and we'll wrap this thing up. So I can't see your comments in here because I didn't bring my computer, but I do just want to thank all of you guys for sticking with me and for joining on this. It's been fun. I promise most live streams won't be like this, but maybe you like this better. I don't know. but super informal. Thanks for hanging out with me and making my cooking time go a little bit, be a little bit more entertaining. But I love you all very much. I hope that we will see you real soon. I have a video that's supposed to be up tomorrow, and I have another one in the hopper. So hopefully you'll have at least 3 edited videos from me this week, and then you can be searching for the big podcast is coming on Monday. So we have that coming up. I also have a video coming up about the Church of God that's trying to change into or trying to sell to the Drug and Alcohol Center, which has been very controversial. I have the lady actually coming from the executive director of the Drug and Alcohol Center, and so she's going to come and do a podcast with me, and I'm going to ask her all the hard questions that the community is asking her, and give her just an opportunity to respond to everybody, so you guys can make a more informed decision of which way you want to support on that topic. So pretty excited about that as well. I'm also trying to get just a member of the community that is against it, some maybe a professional that has some experience in the zoning area and that is interested in that topic, and then kind of do the same thing with them, ask all the hard questions to them about why the Drug and Alcohol Center should go in there, and see what their responses are, so we can get a more full picture of it. I think we've gotten a couple of newspaper articles, but for the most part, we've got just a bunch of people yelling at each other and not really a lot of productive conversation in the public realm. I know there's been more conversation at the private meeting, at the city meetings, but not a lot of people. Not a lot of people have been at those meetings, and so or are able to even get into those meetings. So I figured, wouldn't it be good if we had those conversations on this channel and we could get into it a little bit deeper? Okay, guys. I'm tired. Really tired. I'm finally going to leave. I really appreciate you guys hanging out for an hour and 18 minutes. This is obnoxious, but thanks for being here. I'll talk to you real soon. And yeah, see you in the next one.